Hey, what's up? This is Jeremy Palco from The Walking Dead, and this is Still Toking With.
Hey, this episode of Still Toking With is brought to you by the Dorkening Podcast Network. You can find more about this awesome show and others just like it by heading over to thedorkening.com. Hey, welcome to another episode of Still Toking With. Tonight we're talking with Darren Steven Miller and his loving wife Amy Miller as they talk us through their journey from death's door to Miracle Man. This is the awesomest show coming at you right now.
Shark Bites Podcast. It's the greatest show in history. From the Dorkening Network, hosted by a nerd who's named Patsy. From movie reviews to tips on surviving the coronavirus, Shark Bites has it all. Follow us on Facebook and suggest topics at sharkbitespod@gmail.com. Available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
And here we are. We are now live for another Still Toking With. An awesome show scheduled for you today. With us, we have Benjamin.
Yo.
Jeffrey.
What's going on, everybody?
And back again, we have Eric Martin.
Yo, how everybody doing?
And the guest of the hour, Mr. Darren Miller.
It's upside down. Turn it around. That's what she said.
There you go.
Oh.
She said, spin me around.
Canvas tattoos.
So, Ben, what do you got planned for us today?
Nothing as usual.
All I see is a puff of smoke.
Well, yeah, you came back live just as I exhaled.
Yeah.
It's just like the damn comic books. So, tonight we have, as Leo said, a very special guest and a very special co-host. I want to say thank you to Eric Martin for coming back out here and joining us for this episode.
Thanks, Eric.
But tonight we're going to learn a little bit. Actually, we're going to learn a lot of bit about Mr. Darren Miller. So, Jeff, you want to jump in here at any point today?
Well, yeah, sure. Darren's got one hell of a story. I've heard it. It's survival of the fittest, man. And he's going to tell us what this fucking plant can really do.
I will say one thing real quick. You may want to grab some fucking tissues because this shit is going to get real tonight. We're going to try to keep it as light as possible, but this story is one that everybody really should hear. So with that being said, do you want to come back in, Jeff? Eric, anybody want to jump in here real quick? Or is everybody good? What's going on?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
As I share, you guys will be able to retort as I go because there's just a lot that you are probably going to want to ask me as I tell you because my story is so fucking crazy that it's almost not believable. I was sleeping January the 26th, 2015 and woke up and gained 8 pounds in my sleep. How do you do that? It was a fluid buildup. So I woke up, I couldn't breathe. I was passing out in my house. Wife took me to the ER, and within 10 minutes of being there, they knew what was wrong with me. They did an ultrasound of my chest because it was bloated. I was passing out, couldn't breathe. My heart was beating 15 times a minute. I was in congestive heart failure. We didn't know why. Well, your heart is in a sac. It's called a pericardium. And my heart's in there beating like yours. It's all protected with the pericardial fluid. But mine was as big as a football. You would like that, Eric. I had a football in my chest, okay? So anyway, instead of having, a little fist-sized heart, I was inside of a bag. I was pushing. I was bleeding inside of my heart because I had cancer inside of my heart. Now, this is very rare. It was metastasized from my lung. So they drained 890 milliliters of fluid out of my heart sac into a bag about this big. It wasn't full of weed. It was full of blood, okay? It would be now if he took my blood. It'd be all resin. But they told me, the surgeon, he's a heart surgeon. In the ER, he said, I'm not a cancer doctor, but you're fucked up. He goes, so we're going to put you in a hospital. We're going to monitor this. So they already drained a football liter of blood out of my heart. Put me in a hospital. 4 days later, it filled up again. So I'm actually bleeding out inside my body, and they can't keep draining this. So they did open heart surgery on my birthday. I woke up on July 31st, 2015, in a hospital. My wife was holding a cupcake with one candle in it for my 50th birthday before I went into open heart surgery for cancer. So we're talking to our gods, to our families, to everybody. Please, let me get through this. Went into surgery, and that's when they found out I had a lung tumor about this big around that was on the front of my left lung, and it touched my heart and started growing blood vessels inside my heart and started bleeding. So there's something wrong with me that cannot be fixed. I'm terminal. I have stage 4 terminal adenocarcinoma of the lung with pericardial involvement. That's what they say. But that's stage 4 lung cancer that metastasized to your heart. So while I was in surgery, I was bleeding. They could not stop it. So what they did was something that they saved my life, but it was a death sentence. I had 6 months to live with stage 4 cancer. But while they had my heart open, my chest, they went ahead and packed my heart full of talcum powder, like they would, to coagulate the blood, make it all spongy and squishy so it wouldn't be so viably bloody. And what that does is that slows down the bleeding and gives me maybe a little bit of time to live. So they sewed me back up and told my wife, the records all over the whole world show last time we did a pericardial tamponade powder insertion, the patient only lived 2.7 months, the longest ever on record. So I went from having 6 months to live on July 31st on my 50th birthday and heart surgery to knowing I only had less than 2.7 months of survivability. They told my wife to get my affairs in order. So we bought a casket, set up the arrangements, and my wife could not accept this. It took me about a week of getting home from the hospital to think, okay, I'm going to die. I was dying. You should have seen me. I lost 30 pounds. We called a guy named Mark Pedersen. He's a professional cannabis expert from Colorado. He writes legislation. This gentleman told me to jump in a car and drive to California. This was 5 years ago. It wasn't legal yet. It was just medicine in California. It wasn't recreational. Only recreational place was Colorado. So we went to California looking for Rick Simpson oil, which is a very high THC tincture made from an indica strain of cannabis, any indica strain, okay? We got there, we couldn't find nothing. It took hours and half the day driving around these dispensaries. So we sat in the car and we cried and held each other. I'm going to die. I can't find even medicine to feel better. How am I even going to know if this is going to work? It's no guarantee. It's marijuana. You're talking about cancer here. We're thinking this is just fucking ridiculous. But we did it. We borrowed the money and went there. Long story short, we found the medicine, and the coolest place in the world we found it was in LA at a place called the Emerald Room on Melrose Avenue. Very high upscale dispensary. It wasn't even open yet. But we called the owner, and he opened the door and let us in. His name was Frank Brown. He was a NBA basketball player. We got there and found out that this is the same dispensary that wasn't open yet that Tommy Chong had used twice, the same medicine, to get rid of his prostate cancer. Wow. And he told me while I'm there that Mike Tyson owns the place as far as the investment. Well, that was 5 years ago. I didn't believe him. Lo and behold, 3.5 years later, Mike Tyson calls me and hires me to work at his company and tell people about this, which we'll get into that later. But the long story short was I was dying. I had 2 months to live. We went and found cannabis oil, and I started eating it. Okay, I got on the internet. I'm shortening the story. I start telling everybody, hey, I'm fucking dying. But I feel great. I gained 12 pounds. I was actually healthier with cancer a month after I had it than I was when I fucking got diagnosed. Nobody can understand it. I'm supposed to be dying. I go to see my doctor. He laughs at me. He says, you keep eating your leaves. I said, I'm not eating a cannabis lettuce. I'm eating a medicine it's a grease made from marijuana called Rick Simpson oil. Well, we ate about 120 grams of this medicine in 5 months. And the whole time, I never went back to a doctor, except for blood work, because they gave me a palliative care chemotherapy to try to extend my life. That's all they could do for me. Well, I did their little medicine and did my medicine. And when they gave me a scan on January the 16th, it came back completely no evidence of disease, completely cured, like I had never had it, okay? Now my doctors are in a tizzy. I just cured terminal cancer without their help because they gave me the poison to try to extend my life. That doesn't cure it. We know this. Now, I'm sitting here with powder in my heart, and it's hardened up. It's like a brick. My heart is beating in a brick, and I can feel every heartbeat. I can hear it in my head. I had to get used to it. It took about 2 years of hearing this every time my heart beats. I can hear it. I can even, it's like a metronome. And if I get real excited, it goes faster, and it screws me all up. But long story.
Don't get excited.
Rick Simpson oil was found out about 20 years ago by a gentleman with skin cancer. He put it on his skin, started getting better. Since then, I've got to talk to the gentleman. We're actually friends. It's hard to talk to this guy, but he started going to nursing homes and giving it to old people. They're not dying now. Now the nursing homes are saying, what the hell? You're supposed to come here and spend a few years dying. We bring another one in. You're not supposed to live here for 10 years. Why aren't you people dying? Well, because they're eating marijuana oil. And that was basically the start of all this 20 years ago, dude. This is how it started. Put it on the internet for free, and now anybody in the world can make it in their house. Right here. You take this, a bottle of Everclear alcohol, and wash this. Throw the weed away. All you got left is green liquid. You boil it in a rice cooker for about 3 hours, and it turns into black grease, and it kills tumors. Why? The U.S. government has it on their website that the U.S. Cancer Institute, National Cancer Institute, studied this in 1971 and killed tumors with it. And as soon as they found out about it, Nixon shut it down because they wanted to prove cancer caused cancer. Cannabis caused cancer, not cured it. Now, it don't cure cancer. It kills tumors via apoptosis. That is the clinical term of tumor cell death. If you was to sit there and every cell in your body stay alive, you'd be a big bunch of shit. You have programmed tumor cell death, which tells every cell in your body when they have to die so new ones can grow and you can be the person you are without being a big tumor. When your body has a cell, don't belong there, and it grows, the body accepts it. Now it's part of your body. It's going to grow. Nothing's going to kill it. So you go to the doctor, and they can cut cancer out of you. They can radiate it, and they can burn you, or they can just give you chemotherapy and kill every cell in your body and then hope the good ones grow back. That's basically how cancer works. I mean, it's that simple. Radiation kills the tumors. Surgery removes it, or chemotherapy kills everything inside your body, and hopefully the good stuff grows back. Well, most cancers can't recognize that it's supposed to kill tumors, so it lets it grow back. They need other medicines, and chemotherapy is one of the only ones they have now, except for immunotherapies, until Rick Simpson found out that weed was studied by our government and killed tumors and was known as a cancer medicine. They shut it down, and us people do not have it. It's that simple. So that was my story in a nutshell. We got a lot we want to get to tonight, but thanks for having me on, Leo. Ben, Jeff, nice to have Eric as the co-host tonight. I listened last week to your show, Eric. It was good. We had a good time last week. We was poking at you on the internet because I wasn't face to face with you, so I won't do that tonight.
Well, no, that's why we brought him on, so that he could poke at you face to face. Get back from last week's poking on the internet.
But there's a lot going on with cannabis right now. You know, everybody's smoking it, dabbing it, shit in it. Somebody might be shooting the shit up. I don't know what they're doing, but if you eat this shit the right way, it causes homeostasis, which means, Eric, if you go to Canada, it's cold as shit. It takes a month to get used to it, but you get used to it. It's called homeostasis. You're acclimated to your environment.
Yeah.
That's what cannabis does. If you eat it the right way, every function in your body will go to what's called homeostasis and level off, and you will be healthier than you have ever been in your life for your time period of your age.
Yeah.
But if you have disease, it don't cure everything. I have stage 3 multiple sclerosis, was on a walker 5 years ago, and a cane. This medicine has got me in remission enough to where I only have a few symptoms, and I'm not going to go through what they are. They're very personal things that MS affect my life. Yeah, I'll get into it. I go to pee, and my fucking dick won't shut off, and I pee all over the place sometimes because MS fucks with my brain. I be walking around, and my leg quits working. I just fall on my face because it didn't tell my leg to move. That's MS. But it's great to be alive to have MS because I had terminal fucking cancer 5 years ago with 2 months to live. I mean, I'm an excited person. Look at me. This is how I live my life. I'm excited. I'm fucking fired up. I get sick, and it don't even feel like I'm sick because after what I've been through, I can't explain to you what it feels like to know you're going to fucking die. And they tell you, you're going to die.
Yeah.
To accept that, everything in your life changes. The things that are important to you aren't important to me no more. Money's not important. Just cannabis at the time because I had to have it. I didn't think it would cure me, but I knew it made me feel incredible. I was eating it. I was smoking it. I was sticking this shit up my ass. I was. You can take this cannabis oil and put it in a syringe. I mean, in a repository. Stick it up your rectum, and you won't get high from it, but it just still kill tumors because it goes reverse. Now, when you eat it, it goes down in your belly. You start getting high from it because your liver will process it and finish the decarboxylation and get you high as balls. But at the same time, it has changed. It's causing homeostasis. It's causing programmed tumor cell death in your body. It causes an uptake in ceramide. All cells have a shell around it, and ceramide is what feeds that cell, every single cell in your body. Cannabis attaches to it and tells it that it's done eating. It's time to go to starve, and it starves to death. It kills itself. It's called apoptosis. This is proven fact in medical industry in all areas. Now that cannabis is involved, they don't want to let us know this, but it's all out there, and it's all, you can see it now. Cannabis is medicine, and like most people think, I don't care what the fuck you're smoking or eating it for. That's a medical application, no matter what you're doing. You don't realize it, but you just medicated. So it's a wonderful thing. We live in good times, guys. This coronavirus thing running around. We ain't talk a bunch of politics, but I'm not fucking scared of that. Are you kidding? We had 50,000 people die of the flu last year.
Yeah.
50,000 people died. Nobody died of coronavirus. Settle down, people. Simmer down now. It's gonna be okay.
And what was the Ebola too? People was tripping.
Ebola, yeah, they're trying to scare everybody to death. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and people was dying from like natural stuff every day that could be stopped.
Yeah, man. You had the flu. It feels like shit, but it didn't kill you. 50,000 people died last year from the flu. It wasn't coronavirus. There's only been 200 people die of that, ain't it? It's like 1,000. That's way behind the numbers we're looking at for a pandemic here. It's ridiculous. So I'm not buying into the scare bullshit until people start walking around me with fucking coronavirus. And then I'll just put a mask on and stay the hell away from you. And remember, don't open your ramen noodles. They might have breathed in the bag.
Don't pop the bubble wrap.
Before we go any further, any questions popping up over there, Leo? I see you looking at the screens.
No questions, but definitely some comments. Tori Pritchard says, my dad had a cancerous tumor that was slowly moving up his neck to his brain stem. This was terminal as well. Maybe that could have stopped him from ODing on cocaine. Oh, wow.
One of the sad stories.
Yeah, we do hear stories like that where people medicate with other stuff because they can't take the pain or whatnot. That's one of the biggest reasons why we wanted this story on the show.
You're gonna be looking for cocaine, legal or not. Really, back in the day, whenever I was a party, everybody partied with a little this, that, the other. It became a problem in my life. I don't go there, but that is why that is legal. Cocaine's legal because they have to make things that make you numb. Heroin will always be legal because they have to have morphine. It's a byproduct of morphine. So yeah, these drugs that they're killing people in this addiction. Cannabis is one of the best things in the world to bring you off of a heroin or a methamphetamine addiction. I've seen it, and I've helped many people do this. You can shit yourself and piss yourself to death when you're coming off of heroin. But once you're through the sickness, it ain't going to kill you. Only alcohol and Xanax will kill you when you detox. You have to go to the hospital for those two. But you can stay home and quit using heroin, be sicker than a dog. You'll piss yourself. You'll shit yourself. You can't eat. But when you come out of it, if you're using cannabis oil, and in California, it's called Cali Clean. Recovery nowadays is if you smoke weed and don't drink out in California, you're Cali Clean. So that's what they do in Alcoholics Anonymous out there. It's real. It is a exit drug from the hard opiates, for a fact.
Wow. So now you mentioned this is something that you can create at home, and you mentioned your process. You care going over your process again?
Very simple, very simple. You take a bag of weed, okay? You want it to be indica. You want it to be all the way dry. You put it in a pot. I'm going to show you. They're laying here. You put it in a pot, and then you cover it with 190 proof Everclear alcohol. This stuff right here. Okay, this is like moonshine. Can't get it in every state, but where I live, it's real abundant. It's 10 points less than moonshine. It's 190 proof. So you pour this over your weed, and it covers it in the bowl. You stir it all up and break it all up and mess with it, and then you take the weed out and throw it away, and then you got a big bowl of green liquid. What you just did was you just washed all of the little trichomes and terpenes off the leaves. It's now floating in the liquid. The weed is no good no more. It's just grass. You threw it away. You start boiling that in a rice cooker, and it keeps it at a low temperature. 212 degrees is your true boiling point. If you cook weed that temperature, you will decarboxylate it, and you'll run it. You have to, decarboxylation is about heat and time. Fast heat, high heat, fast, or low heat for a long time. You're pulling all the cannabinoids out. So once you boil that and all that dissipates, the only thing left at the bottom of that cooker is a black tar. You're looking at every one of the little white hairs and red hairs that are on that plant inside that tar with no plant matter whatsoever. you're looking at about 80 to 90% pure tetrahydrocannabinol delta 9 THC. And that's what this medicine is. It can be done in your home, in your kitchen, with proper ventilation because it is alcohol and it is very flammable. No fires used. That's why it's a rice cooker and heating pads. No fires. You'll blow up. But do this in your kitchen very easily.
You will fucking blow up.
I had a patient come to my house. She's about a 75-year-old black woman that I was helping with cancer, and she's making it on a stove, and it flared up and spilled down her leg, and she had a second, third degree burn from her fucking breast to her foot on one whole side of her body.
Oh, wow.
She's walking over here to my house, skin hanging off of her and shit. She goes, I'm putting cannabis oil on it, and it's getting better. 2 months later, the fucking burns were gone, dude. I swear to God. I burnt myself too badly and used cannabis oil on it. It hurts. It's got alcohol. It burns a little bit. But it heals in weeks, dude. It is the best topical healing medicine man knows. If you have a sore that won't heal, they'll pack it full of maggots trying to get them to eat the flesh and heal it. You've heard that, right?
Yep.
Cannabis oil will do it without the maggots. It just, you pack it with fucking weed oil, put a Band-Aid over it. 2 weeks later, it's gone. It heals shit. It heals skin tumors. I have pictures of hundreds of people that have come to me for help. We have pictures of them. Visible tumors on their body, and we rub this oil on them, and weeks later, the tumor's gone. Now it's a matter of dealing inside their body to stop the cancer from killing them. And that's where coming and eating the FECOs, the full extract cannabis oils, or the Rick oils come involved. Oh, yeah. Right. Crazy stuff. This gentleman that had this opioid thing, I'm very, very happy that he come on to say that and people to hear that, because that's what it's about. This is truly a medicine. It is. It truly is.
Wow.
That's dope. Yeah.
And nobody knows this. You know, that's what's crazy. It's been out for 20 years, but the media, you know, you got to think about it. If you start taking trillions of dollars, it's going to fuck up the industry.
Well, they're trying to suppress it. It's all about everybody's trying to position themselves. You know, in the government and in farms and everything else, they're trying to position themselves so that when they do flip it legal, they've already got control.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Well, I mean, for so long, it's the whole machine of, having like the monetized jail system and, having something like this to get more people into jail. And it's just, what was that, Ben?
Oh, no, me and Darren were showing glass pieces to
He was
each
giving
other.
Darren the finger.
Darren was showing me the Cheech and Chong glass piece that he got today, and I was showing him the zombie finger that we have. So,
One thing I noticed about this stuff is it's a very big brand, but if you go to all the local dispensaries all over the country, they're faking this stuff, putting a little sticker on it and selling it. These are $80 a pipe. If you find it for $20 a pipe, they're not real, because they're going to make their money because they silk screen their logo right on it, right there.
Right.
If you find one with stickers on it, that dispensary is ripping off Cheech and Chong by not selling their products correctly, because I've seen hundreds of these that have the sticker on them. They don't have the silk screen. It's not real. And everything in the world, even the cannabis oil, is being faked, and people are dying because when there's money to be made, it brings out the worst in all people, all human beings. You know that. It's
no, that's true.
It is.
It's true.
Eric, I'm sure whenever you signed on with them guys, and played football, there were some big dollars coming in right away. You're probably saying, "Holy fuck!" I can imagine. And of course, you had to make decisions on how to handle your monies and stuff. Me, I would have a hard time with that because I am such an addictive personality. I don't know what I'd do with $1 million, and that's why I guess I ain't won a lottery yet, because.
Oh man, I never made it. Hey, let me tell you, a lot. It's 60 players on the team, man. And let me tell you, everybody on the team don't have $1 million, man. It's
I know.
You got to do a lot to make it to $1 million. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You got to be, you got to play at least. I say I was undrafted. I didn't get drafted. I wasn't drafted, so there's no signing bonus or nothing. You get paid. You get paid while you get paid per play. So
pay per game is like a paycheck.
In other words, they have what's called a performance. You get a performance pay. So the lower you was taken in a draft, like the lowest you can go is undrafted, correct? And so if you was undrafted, the more plays you make, the more you make per play compared to a person who went first round and made a bunch of money initially. They won't get paid a performance pay as much because they're expected to be good, because that's why they were drafted. So
did that make you want to run around and bust everybody's ass to get paid? I mean, everybody.
Well, that's how it is, man. It's a dog eat dog world, man.
Well, that's the incentive.
Like other positions ain't even yours just to get their money.
Yeah, it's a dog eat dog world.
Wide receiver, fucking Eric Martin. diving in the end zone and shit.
Let me tell you, different positions, man. You don't get paid as much neither. Depending on the position you play. A quarterback and a left tackle make the most on the field. And
what about kicker?
Huh?
What field goal kickers? He do all right?
Field goal kickers get the least injured, so their contracts seem more guaranteed, if you want to say.
Well, I guess you never got a chance to knock the piss out of one of them, or they would not be uninjured, would they?
Now, kickers is off limits, man. You don't hate kickers. Come on.
I used to. I'm 55 years old. I've seen some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a good time, guys. Cannabis.
Leo.
Talking about my cancer stuff. My wife, like I said, she's supposed to be here, and I'm sorry she isn't. We were dealing with some sickness in our family, but that is what we was wanting to cover tonight. A lot is how when it tells your loved ones that you're sick, but when they tell them you're going to die, and then you look over and you see their face, I can't help her or fix her. I'm trying to get through it myself. And then the next few months, it was the most miserable months I'd ever seen anybody in my life go through, and it was my wife. I was dying of cancer, and it was affecting her 10 times worse. So that's the problem with love, man. When you find your significant other and you're happy in life, you got to realize how that affects them, because it's a 50-50. I mean, you don't think about it. We always have had our girlfriends and our marriages and stuff, but it's not what you think, man. Whenever a death sentence is given to you, it changes everything. It does, man. And since then, it's been almost 5 years. I can honestly say that I owe my wife my life, and it sounds silly. She figured this out, borrowed $3,000, which we didn't have, and we ended up spending $10,000 to get it done. Drove me to the West Coast for 3 days in a car to find it, and drove me home with half of it. A week later, back in the car to Colorado, then back to Illinois, and then back to California again. We took 3 or 4 trips and spent $10,000 to finally figure out how to get it and how to make it. Because I knew once I started eating it, I wasn't going to die. I need to know how to make my own medicine, because nobody's selling you this shit, man. You got to make it yourself. Dispensaries don't even have it. They make it out of CO2. That's not how it's made. This is a strict medicine made from alcohol cooked in a rice cooker. You get every bit of it of the plant. It's not isolating any cannabinoids whatsoever. When you do a vape, that's THC. It's got an isolated THC in it that they use, they produce, they mix it up, and you smoke it. This Rick Simpson oil is not an isolate. It's got every cannabinoid in it. That's why it's called full-spectrum cannabis oil. There's stuff about it they don't even know about yet. There's hundreds of cannabinoids they haven't found yet. But that's what's healing people. And there's no reason to fix something that is not broken. I don't understand why they want to fuck with something that's working. I don't get it. It's crazy.
Before we go too much further, Leo, do you need to do your commercial break?
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
It's a 30-second.
Yeah, it's 57 seconds.
All right, so we got about a minute.
We do, and as you know, every show is brought to you by Deadly Grounds Coffee, the absolute most amazing coffee you'll ever drink. I'm so happy for Valentine's Day. My wife got me 4 bags, so I'm like restocked, so I'm loving life right now. But here we go. Here's a zombie, if I can find the right button, talking about coffee.
We'll all get high while you're waiting.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists.
Yeah, so when we come back, I want to pull
There's
up,
only one brew
Eric's,
that gets my seal of
unless
approval.
you've already done it.
Deadly Grounds Coffee is my guilty
well, I've
pleasure.
showed him full screen.
Bold,
I have his
robust,
information in the show notes,
delicious.
but we'll definitely mention it.
It's coffee that can
And
wait the
yeah,
day.
we can talk about it as well.
I want to get the
With
mic
over
here
a
real quick
dozen
so we can
different
spend the whole
roasts and flavors,
rest
Deadly
show
Grounds can
interacting with
satisfy the
everything
most
we're talking
finicky
about.
of
That way nobody's
coffee
bored
addicts.
talking about, listen to
The
Darren
aroma
Miller.
is so
I've done that.
intoxicating.
Now, we can
It brings
reference it.
all of my neighbors
There's a
out
lot
of
to
the
say,
woodwork.
but we've already put the gist of it out there. I beat
Coffee.
terminal cancer
Coffee
maybe.
to die for,
It's that
and
simple.
zombie approved.
Right.
It's good to get a little deadly.
Amen.
What's crazy is if you Google me, it sucks. Eric, you're a pretty popular person. I mean, you're an NFL star. But my shit went crazy, and there's like 300 or 400 web pages on me, and I ain't making a penny off any of them. I'm famous as fuck with no money. And that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there, man.
We're going to be coming back, guys.
Yeah, we're back. Just came back here. Tori says people think people take THC to they. Sorry, let me try.
All right, hold
again.
on. Slow down. Take a breath.
Okay.
What are we drinking tonight, Leo? What are we drinking?
Coffee.
Coffee, that's the problem. See, it was supposed to be Jack and Coke.
Yeah, I know. I should have.
I've been drinking 13 years, by the way. I don't drink. I smoke weed.
Tori says people think. Oh, okay. So it's double talk. So sorry. Let me decipher. People take THC to get high, but in reality, if they could have access to it for her PTSD, it would take away all my panic, anxiety, and helps with sleep, flashbacks, and etc.
Veterans, you guys got to realize it. We've been out. We're doing some work with Planet 13. The owner is real big. He's a billionaire, of course, but he's putting his money back in. He's wanting to start a thing where he brings people like me and a few other people that have access out to Planet 13 and set up a medical area for veterans only, for the PTSDs, for the injuries themselves, for the amputations and stuff, because cannabis is such a good medicine in this area. It just isn't out there yet. But I'm glad that she knows and she's experimenting with this, because I do believe that is the difference between light and day when you're that dark in your head. I really do.
Absolutely. I'm looking over at the watch party. I mean, we've got people from all over the country on here and a few from the UK. So, we just want to say thanks to all of y'all for joining in and listening to the story. And if you've got questions for Darren or even the sexy eye candy Leo over in the corner there, he'll answer questions. And then we've got the co-host here. I mean, look at that smile. Come on, man. Look at that smile. Yeah.
I got you. Look at this. I have no shame at all.
Now we know why Amy loves him so much.
Cancer can take your teeth too, but you can get new ones, brother.
Yeah. I get your messages, Darren. No, you don't have no shame.
No, you don't.
They tell you you're gonna die. Something in you changes. You just don't care about certain things no more. Those things are important. I care what you think about my teeth. Absolutely, when I'm smiling. But when I get to know you, I'm gonna slobber on you. That's what I do.
Well, I prefer to be gummed anyway. I would prefer to be gummed anyway.
We're not going to go there, gentlemen. Please.
I do have a question on my.
I am a heterosexual.
No.
I got a question on the watch party. Michelle asked, "Does this work for other diseases as well?"
Now, it's an experimental type thing with cannabis. You all know that. Mr. Martin uses it for his own things. We all use it for certain things. Now, they have proven that since you have an endocannabinoid system that affects every part of your body, every system in your body, yes, cannabis can help with a lot of things, but you need to experiment because it ain't a cure-all. I mean, but it's a weed. It's a plant God put here and said, use it as you choose, as your food and as your medicine. Well, they stopped us from doing that about 80 years ago. Why did they stop doing that, by the way? Because it started working for epilepsy back in the 1900s, early 1900s, and they knew it. And then pharmaceutical steps in. And then once DuPont stepped in and took over all the medicines, DuPont did it, by the way, with all the chemicals. That's whenever Aislinger and the government shut it down and said, and they made it a racial thing too, dude, about the blacks and the Mexicans. They made it stupid as hell. Marijuana's not even a word. They made it up. It sounds Mexican, don't it? It's cannabis. That's a made-up word. That's this is fact. That is a Mexican. That is a made-up word. Marijuana sounds like Latin. And it was to scare people to say that, these people are coming in from Mexico and they're raping people and they're smoking the devil's lettuce and they're fucking with our women. That's what started this shit. But they did it on purpose, and it was about 1930. The government did it. Look it up. It's fact. It should never been illegal, dude. Never been illegal. It was all about money and control of minorities. I swear to God. That's what it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Years ago. That's fact.
So.
Well, the other thing too is it's a lot more than just a medicine. I mean, it's building products and it's fuels and it's you know what I mean. It can replace petroleum plastics.
Yeah.
Nobody knows this though because they don't care. Hemp can make plastic. It can make, like I said, fuel. The first car, maybe Henry Ford, was made out of hemp and ran on hemp fuel. But at the same time, we have all these oil rigs going and shit. They say, no, you can't do that.
Well, that's the problem.
The Green New Deal, my wife did a paper on it. She's going to be a doctor in about 2 weeks. She's going through her IRB board now. She's almost there. She wrote a paper about cannabis and hemp saving the world.
She's watching, by the way.
Yeah, she's not with me, but she's watching.
Yeah, I saw her pop in on my watch party.
I love you, baby. I don't know where you're at, but we have sick children and people in our family. And she's taking care of that, and she's sick herself, and she's taking care of a boy. Our boy grew from 2 foot tall to 9 foot tall in 3 months. He just ate cheeseburgers or something. He's like 15, and we bought seven different kinds of clothes for this kid in 6 months. I think he's putting water. He's growing. I don't know what he's doing. It's fucking crazy.
Fucking miracle growing shit.
Yeah, my kid is huge. He's
Yeah.
bigger. 2 years ago, I was carrying him around and shit. Now he's carrying me. It's unbelievable. Life's like that, though. It's just it's wild.
Let's see. Craig Wilkins said, I use cannabis for anxiety and depression regularly to offset my scripts. So we're starting to get more and more people jumping in, telling a little bit about what they're using it for, which is great to hear. If you have a story where you use cannabis for certain things, reach out to Jeff or I, or even Leo. You can reach out to Eric, but sometimes he forgets to tell us. So we definitely love to get other people on in the near future telling their stories and their uses of cannabis.
Yeah.
Did Darren freeze, or is he just sitting really still?
I'm I can't see nothing.
Yeah, he froze.
You froze.
Man, Leo.
No, he's okay on our end.
Well, yeah. His picture...
no. Sorry, yeah, he did freeze. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong camera.
Mine's black. I ain't showing nothing. I can see all you guys. I don't need to see myself. As long as you guys can see me, I'm good.
Well, we can see your picture, yeah.
Oh, what happened? Should I reboot? Come back in again?
Yeah, what I can do is I can switch the camera for a second if you just want to pop out and then pop back in, and then I can fix it. I want to remind everybody that if you check the show notes down below or up above, depending on where you're watching or listening to us, you'll find tons of information about our guests, Eric and Darren, and including the Still Token with gents as well. It's just a simple click away.
Dang, he's still stuck in that, so I look kind of funny.
He looks kind of funny.
So the cameras aren't messed up, so we can hold off on switching that until things are fixed.
Okay, let me see if I can. I'm gonna log out, Jim. I'll see you in a minute.
Okay, sounds good.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Ben, your camera's up. No, Ben is.
There he is.
There we go.
In different position.
Man, technology. Thank you, Bill Gates. Not for the vaccine bullshit, but for the fucking hard drive. You know what I mean? There you go.
Was Michael just cleaning the camera while we were live?
Yep.
Gotta make
Well,
sure.
I see now. It's dark in there. I thought he was in a fucking dungeon.
Oh shit!
Well,
now we got Darren back, and he's not frozen.
Yeah. And just heads up, if you do have questions, post them either in Facebook or YouTube on either the Dorkening or Still Token with, and I'll try to get to them as best as I can. Tori says, my mother was diagnosed with terminal esophageal cancer and ovarian cancer. We moved to the mountains of Washington, and 4 months later, she had no cancerous tumors. It was hilarious. She didn't know what she did. She thought it was the trees that healed her. Yes, Mama,
it was
the trees.
It was the trees. Exactly.
It's nice to hear stories.
It's just
My mom, I advocate, I hear a lot of stories like that.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see people's lives change over something that they've been keeping from us for so long. In fact, I got just a very little bit here to smoke on, guys, you know.
See, Eric, I think we need to go on a road trip. Jeff, what do you think? Go up to Granite City?
Oh, yeah.
Go a little road trip?
Can we take a train? Can we take a train?
Can we take a train?
5 minutes from downtown St. Louis, so I'm not far.
Rent an RV.
Rent an RV.
That'd be you guys want to do a road trip? I'll fund the damn thing. That'd be the funnest thing we've ever done. I mean, it'd be crazy.
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah.
We all could be having a good time.
Yeah. The thing is, though, we would go to jail for the weed we was carrying. We couldn't cross state lines without having my medication. I'd go to fucking jail. I mean, there's still people like this shit.
We just set up pickup points along the way.
Yep. We just tell our fans to meet us somewhere with their stash, and we'll smoke their stuff.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Eric, I know you got more followers than all of us, so you got to have a handful of those people smoking weed because they know you.
Yeah, I got but we don't want to invite people that we don't know.
You didn't know me when I walked up on you in Boston, but it was okay.
Let's keep the crew small. We don't want 50 people all on one. We got all.
You know, blew my mind known more than anything is I was at Boston with all you gentlemen, all of you. So we was doing that little the camp thing. And then whenever Eric walked up, I met him inside, and he told me that he knew who I was and was following me. I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I think, really, of all people, how do you know who I am? But it's because he's in the the now of what's going on with cannabis. That's why.
Exactly.
Yep. It's a beautiful thing, I get the craziest phone calls. I'm going to put some out there I shouldn't talk about, but I'm going to talk about it now. We got a phone call from the lead singer of Toby Keith's band a couple years ago. Her dog's dying of cancer. So we go to meet her, and my wife was talking to her, and we didn't know who she was. She said, I'm going to be on a bus. I want to meet you guys in St. Louis. Can we meet, talk about this medicine? Well, of course, we're crossing state lines illegally, talking about fucking stuff we shouldn't be doing, breaking the law. We go meet this woman. She has us meet her at the Riverport Amphitheater. It's a place where they put concerts on. So we meet her and go in the back. She's Toby Keith's lead singer. So we go in there and we get her access, get her medicine. She cures her dog of cancer. But guess what? The doctor said, let's give this dog a chemo pill to help keep it from coming back. That dog got pneumonia and died of fucking pneumonia after we cured his cancer. Can you believe that?
Wow.
But this is Toby Keith's lead singer. Her name's Micah Roberts. She's an incredible woman. Look her up. Her dog survived terminal cancer and died from the doctor's care. But that's just how far-reaching this is. There's Olivia Newton-John's doing this.
So believe it or not, my dog got hit by a car, and I gave him CBD.
Oh, did he? Okay.
And he absolutely loved. And he actually didn't like I would try to blow smoke in his face, and he wouldn't really
He wasn't down with the smoke.
Yeah. So then.
But he got fingers. He can't hold it.
Yeah, after he got
last dog ate all my roaches.
After he got hit by the car, he broke 3 of his ribs. He fractured 3 of his ribs, and so he was sitting on the couch and he couldn't really move much. He was kind of limping. And the first time I gave it to him, he didn't really want it. You know how they kind of pull away when you try to put something in their mouth. Mm-hmm. And once I gave it to him and he started to feel what it did, he kind of got up and hobbled towards me, nudged me a couple times, give me some more.
And I know what you said. There you go, dog.
And I took some more and I rubbed it across his, lips and stuff. And every time I did it, he'd start wagging his tail. And then after 3 days, he was back jumping around. And
that's a miracle of medicine. Yes.
And everybody who knows my dog knows how excited he always is to run and stuff. So yeah, it was pretty dope to see that. And I had got some CBD from it was from the Harvest Cup. I can't think of their names right now. It'll pop up in my head later, but yeah, I got some CBD from them too, and Coda loved it. So
nice. See, now that's the beauty of this wonderful plant. I mean, you heard Darren talking about curing stage 4 or helping to cure stage 4 lung cancer, putting his MS into remission, all the way down the line to the CBD where Eric's telling you about how it helped his dog. So it's not just it can benefit every living thing out here in one form or another.
We got to back up. The endocannabinoid system is supposed to be a mammalian thing. No, they have proven fish. Some insects have this. Now, a bee does not have an endocannabinoid system because he can actually pollinate other plants with cannabis. That's how they make canna honey, okay? Yep. But if he was a endocannabinoid system, he'd fucking get on the plant and take all the pollen and shit off of it, all that THC, and sooner or later it would convert, and that bee would be high as fuck. He'd be flying around hitting walls and shit. It don't. So
Hey, it's like our zombies.
Yeah. Every living animal has an endocannabinoid system, but we don't know yet. I don't know. I've researched which ones marijuana can affect. I do it. All animals, they have a spine. If you have a spine, you have an endocannabinoid system. So that's why some fish actually. I never thought about it. I never thought about getting a fish high, what it would do. I don't know. Would it go eat a bunch of kelp or something? I don't fucking know. But a fish can get stoned because it has an endocannabinoid system. It's crazy, dude. So don't let a fish in your bag of weed. You might eat it all.
Right.
I just want to get caught up on the comments here. A bunch of comments, and just remind you that if you're watching us on either Facebook, the multiple Facebook pages, or YouTube, post in the comments.
Don't forget Twitch.
And Twitch as well. I'll do my best to get to the comments. Marcel says, I have no idea how to do this. Hey, but she joined joined in.
She'll tell her how to do it.
Says Cali Clean shared that. Yes, it does. does change everything. Tanya says, hey guys. And Amy Miller says, love you.
I love her. I want to save my life, man. I ain't got a big enough heart.
Looks like
Hey,
I was sending her some love.
looks like she's for the road trip as well. And Heather Marie Brown says, PTSD, cancer, and chronic pain. Cannabis gave me my life back.
Awesome.
That's great, man. This is awesome. This is what we need. People interacting and sharing. This is fucking real, man. We ain't getting stoned here. Well, we are. We love getting high, but there's benefits to it, man. It's fucking healthy for you. It can't cause cancer. You get COPD by smoking shit. You know that. You really shouldn't be smoking anything. But it doesn't cause cancer. It's a medicine. Nobody's ever died of cancer from marijuana, ever. Cigarettes, of course, they aren't good for you. But why aren't there 78 million people dying of cancer right now? Because cigarettes don't cause it. It just adds to it. It ain't good for you. You know, it is what it is. Food. There's certain foods you can eat that'll cause you cancer. And they're making it on purpose. GMOs and shit, you know. They're trying to fuck with our everything in our lives to keep us sick so they have control of us. You know that. I mean, I'm not being crazy here. This is fact. The government wants to control everything. Weed's been around forever. It's never going to go around. It'll grow on the fucking moon if it's in a fucking oxygen ball. So why would they want to be the drug dealer now after all these years? Because they know it will ruin and cripple every industry in the world. Oil, pharmaceutical, and biodegradable plastics. That is how everything is made. It would change the world overnight if they went to a hemp standard. I hope one of the presidents, I'm not getting political, but I hope one of our presidents does it soon, because that is why you run for office. Yeah. That's a gimme. It isn't, you know, we shouldn't have to vote and lose other rights to have this one. It just should be done. It's medicine, you know. 0 deaths to this day. 0 deaths from fucking marijuana, and they're saying it's bad for you. Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. I get fired up over it. It's ridiculous.
No, you don't. Really? I couldn't tell. Not at all. Not even a little bit. I mean, I almost had to get the tissues because you were pulling the heartstring.
It's gonna happen. It has to. You know what I mean? It has to happen.
Yeah, the masses are growing.
People want it.
You know, we need the big guys. You know, the NFL now is not going to test, are they? Or is it the baseball? Which one's not going to test?
NFL just cleared it.
They said they're not going to suspend folks. Let's look at the.
Oh, you're going to get a fine.
But still, that's a step in the right direction.
You still gonna get fined. You still get put in program.
But it's still a step in the right direction. We just had this conversation 2 weeks ago
on
your show.
They don't tell you about the program, huh? The program that you get put in if you get caught with a drug.
No, I'm just saying it's a step in the right direction.
Like I think it's like 16 times a day or something. If they
did you do it? Did you have to go to it? Did it catch you doing it, Mark?
No, I didn't got caught.
All right, because basically it's an NFL rehab to teach you about weed, huh?
Yeah, it's a rehab. It's like a rehab thing. And basically they test you as much as they want throughout the year, as many times as they want.
That's ridiculous. You know, my alcohol, my blood is...
You see what happened with Josh Gordon, his fall off. And, I mean, honestly, he should be... If they push toward, you know, making it legal or, you know, just taking it completely off, should do is reimburse him for what he could have made, you know, as a player, because that basically ruined him. You know? I was on the team with Josh Gordon, and I got to watch how good he really was when he was at his prime. You know, he put up 300 yards in one game. You know, as a receiver, you know, that's crazy. So it was it's just kind of sad to see that happen to him, all because of cannabis.
All right, can I ask you a question, Eric, while we're on the subject? You talked about it a couple weeks ago, and I heard you. Explain to the people listening and to me so I can understand. What's it like being stoned, balls as fuck, and then putting on that helmet and walking out on a professional football field? What's it feel like? Because when I'm drinking or smoking, I feel a certain way, and it changes how I do things and how I look at things. What's it like to be high as fuck and playing professional football? I need to know, man.
Well, it kind of makes everything more like movie like. It's kind of weird because, you know, when you high, you kind of see everything in kind of like a cloudy kind of like
different way.
Yeah, just
different. Like a third person, kind of you're standing back.
You're more relaxed. So just the crazy part is what I enjoyed most was getting high and like being in a tunnel walk, and they put the smoke. Like when I played for the Browns, they put the smoke. And so it was even more crazy because I'd be sitting there, you know, in the smoke, looking at my teammates like, yo, I just had this in my car. So like, this is gonna do me without my car before I come. So yeah.
You smell like a skunk coming there. Look at this guy. Get back.
So yeah, it's no, but it just it makes the game more. It made the game more fun, man. It made me more relaxed, you know, calm. You know, I wasn't worried about the first hit because usually the first hit is like the one that you got to get ready for because
that's the one that makes you cough.
Yeah, it's just nervous. You're just nervous. You just got to get that hit out the way. So it kind of makes you more relaxed for that. You know?
Well, everybody got to realize. Look at the people in sports using cannabis. Eric Martin's he's a superstar. He's a Super Bowl champion. We got swimmers wearing 10 fucking medals, and that requires a little lung capacity.
You know Jonathan Castillas? Jonathan Castillas? Yeah, he's a linebacker. He was on the same team as me. He's in the cannabis industry too. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I think I see that.
We was on the same Super Bowl team.
That's crazy, man. I mean, pretty soon it's be the medicine of choice because it's so much safer than everything they're giving us, man. It'll happen. If it don't, at least we can stay healthy with our illegalness. You know, that's what it can never go back to where it was, probably. But I see a problem. They don't want this legal, and I don't see it happening because of the fucking money. I mean, it's big money. You know that. We're all trying to put a footprint in here and make a living at this. But it costs so much money to make money in this industry. You don't fall into it. And with us being cancer people, we come across things, money, obligations and things we do, but we don't make anything. We give it all back to people who are sick so we can keep doing what we're doing because I don't need the Porsche or the Ferrari. If I win a lottery, I'm going to buy all my cool shit. But what we do in the cannabis industry is to keep me healthy, make sure I can have medicine, and to make sure people that don't have it get access. I will drive 10 hours to another state and deliver this illegally to somebody who needs it if I have to. I've done it 100 times. That's how you change the world. You just do that. You have to do it 110%. And the repercussions, so if I get arrested, I'm gonna bail out and I'm gonna start again. This is what I fucking do, man. I save lives for a living, and it's a blessing. I feel it. People tell me. It's humbling. I cry every day. My wife's sitting, and somebody gets a hold of us, and it breaks our heart. They ain't got medicine or money, or they can't do this, and it's unacceptable to us. We will not live that way. We will jump in the car, spend our money, and go take care of it. That's called activism. That's advocating.
That's right.
Yep, that's how it works. And if everybody did that, it would change quickly. But there's too many fucking money people in here, and you gotta have the money. You gotta make a living. But at this point, we're not making a living. We're surviving to make sure we can give it to other people. And then later, that'll come back tenfold on us, we hope. It's karma.
Amazing. Simply amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that shirt behind you, by the way. That's cool.
Some deadheads at a convention gave me this.
Oh, look, what's he going to freeze again?
Poor bastards.
Worst position to freeze in.
Worst position to freeze in, he says.
Just catching up on the comments again. Michelle Herman says, I have a family member with stage 4 using FICO. The tumors are shrinking, only 3 chemo treatments.
Great.
Heather Marie Brown says, Eric has the cutest doggy.
Oh, Eric, you got such a cute little doggy.
Well, Eric, go get it. Let's see that little bastard. Where's he at?
Thank you. Man. He's not here, unfortunately.
Okay, mine is. I got a cute dog.
Heather Marie Brown says, went from 27 to 30 pills a day to 0.
I celebrate everybody. Yeah!
Marcel says, I have stage 4, was given 4 months to live, dropped weight down 152 in weight, started using cannabis. It will be 2 years now.
Yeah! Celebrate everybody. God damn it. That's how you do it.
Nice.
Man.
4 months to 2 years.
Right. That makes my heart fucking I'll powder it off. I love it, man. People saving themselves.
Right.
J Max says, Darren's my tattoo guru.
Hey, James, how you doing, brother?
And also says, how the hell do I find 4 of my favorite people all in one place?
Wow.
Wait a minute. 1, 2, there's 5 of us. Yeah, somebody's not.
Hey, somebody's not included.
I'll take the hit. I'll always take the hit.
4.5. You got to look at the size of Benjamin. It's 4.5.
Hey. 4.25. Cut it out.
Yeah,
Oh,
putting it on.
it's not nice.
Hey,
That's okay. That's okay. He's gonna be on tour with us at some point in the near future. J-Mac's a bitch. That's all I can
I've
say.
also stood next to the same urinal as this man. It's fucking impressive for a little guy. I give you that.
Oh, you're a hooker. Oh my god.
Hey, Aaron left. He's left the room.
Yeah, you gotta step up.
We're having fun, gentlemen. I hope we are.
See, even when we have serious shows and we're discussing serious subjects, we're always laughing. Laughter is the key. We're sitting here talking about cannabis being medicine and how it does this and how it does that. But, if you don't laugh, then you're not living.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. And you've got to have fun.
Well, here's the laugh button. It's called G6. It's sativa. You smoke this, and your wife looks like Bozo the Clown no matter what's happening. It's funny. Good weed.
I love it.
But what if you're scared of clowns?
then you're screwed.
Like Chris Walker says, there's not much that scares me, but maybe a marsupial or two. They're fucking weird looking. That's it.
You're afraid of marsupials?
No, it's Christopher Walken. You got to see it. He has a little thing where he says he's not scared of Frankenstein or monsters, but he is scared of marsupials. And the way he says it, it's Chris Walken. It's hilarious.
Nikki Lee Daly says, "This is why I love you guys." J Max says, "I got thicker skin than that," and Heather says, "The battle is intense here." And says, "Exactly right there with you, Darren. I'm in New Hampshire in OMFG." And Ben says, "Ricky Williams, another great example."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ricky Williams has been doing a lot for the industry.
Who's going to be at NECAN?
He kind of sacrificed himself.
Jeff, what football player is going to be at NECAN? Was it Mosey Tatupu's son?
Linebacker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was Mosey Tatupu's son is going to be at NECAN in Boston.
Nice.
He's also getting into the cannabis industry as well.
Illinois has got legal cannabis now, recreational and medicinal, but they don't have any events. So I'm watching all you guys go to your little, here's the activist of the year. Let's get this guy an event for this. This is the guy that this. And all these states have these different things for people who are in the business. Illinois ain't doing nothing. So I'm going to have to jump ship and go to Missouri. Now they're legal. And I'm going to have to start getting my good on over there so people can know who I am. Because the more people that know who I am, more people that know how to fix their cancer or at least have a shot at it. So,
right.
Illinois is a cool state, except for it's the worst state in the fucking United States. Our taxes are crazy. Our governor is insane. It's crazy, but I can always move, and that's our next step. Me and my wife want to move somewhere. It's cannabis friendly here, but I want to look places cannabis friendly that has fucking morals. I'm sorry, I just do.
Right.
I'm fond of toilet paper and of food. I don't want this socialist craziness going on. I like to have the creature comforts of a razor or maybe a bar of fucking soap. That's what I want. That's it. And if we go the other direction, we're not even going to have weed. If they're going to take it all. So we got to pay attention to what's going on in our world and our politics and not attack each other over it, but honestly think about what our children and our grandkids are going to do like our parents did. The baby boomers took care of business and left us a little debt, but the world was a good place. We don't want to fucking destroy it for our own kids, and we're doing it, man. It's ridiculous. There's so many things that need to change. It's crazy. But I'm happy to be in this crazy world. I really am. No other place to be. Right. Aliens are real. The government said aliens are real. The Navy confirmed it. So now we're really smoking weed. Let's get some fucking toke on and talk about some aliens. I'm there, brother. I am. I love that shit, man.
Yeah, those videos they released were insane.
They were aliens.
That's intense.
Doing 90-degree turns at 2,000 miles an hour. It's not people, believe me. Oh my God. It's real. All the years we talked about it growing up. Oh, that's just a conspiracy theory. No, the government just said UFOs are real, and nobody cares. I thought the religious people would freak out and the world would end. It didn't happen. Nobody cares. It's just that's how it is nowadays.
It's because we're all smoking weed.
Maybe it is.
Well, they just verified what a lot of people already knew.
So
yeah.
So you think they're going to tell us information, more information?
No, that's not for them to do. It's for us to find it ourselves. And then when we find it, we tell them we have it, then they acknowledge we know it. That's about how it works. That's how the world works.
That's how cannabis is going.
Yep. You know, we've known for thousands of years. We have it, everybody, that it's a medicine at some point, but it got screwed up not too long ago, and it was all over greed. It was because there's money to be made. You know, I can't blame people. If I could be a billionaire and I'm not sick in my job, I'm going to keep doing what I do to make more money. That's what work and job is in life. But when it gets to something like medicine and cannabis, there's got to be some moral here, you know, because this is not morally right that it is illegal. It is not morally right. It's never hurt nobody. I could drink myself to fucking death and go to work 2 hours later drunk, and they can't make me leave. But if you smoke a little weed and get cut, they test you, you're high, fuck, you lose your job. It's ridiculous. It is. Right. It's always been that way. I've lost 100 jobs in my life because I've always used marijuana. I always have. So, you know, be your own boss. That's the only way around it. Be your own boss, man. Yeah. You can't fire yourself.
Really?
I've tried. Trust me, I've tried.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, Lee, where are you at in that little cubby hole of yours, that fancy microphone? Where are you at? You're in Boston, right?
I'm in Connecticut.
Right? Everybody, roll call. St. Louis, Missouri. Connecticut. Where you at, Eric?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts? What city?
Fall River.
Where are you at, guys?
I'm in Halifax.
I'm in Plymouth.
Well, there you go. See, everybody's from different places, and we're all on the same page here, talking like we're in the same fucking room. We just can't pass the joint. That's the only difference.
Sure you can. You just, you know, that's all.
Do it again. Thank you.
Yeah, you just pass it like this, and it works.
Eric, over here. Get one there. The other side.
Leo, you got a hard stop tonight?
No.
Okay.
Well, yes, but we got a little bit of time. So.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure because
not much appreciated.
The amazing eye candy that you guys all see. Let me see. He would be down in the right hand corner there.
Well, he's still to me, so.
He produces this awesome show that we're on right now. But he also produces 3 others and manages how many?
Well, the network, we got a little over 20 shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
What's that, 20 and a half shows?
Who keeps that shit straight? Really?
Leo the genius.
I can't imagine getting 5 groups of this going together. The computer would blow up. Get so fire zone.
The answer is no sleep. I like 4 hours sleep is normally average for me, which is crazy. Heather Marie Brown says, if you're involved with cannabis for the right reasons, then you ain't gonna get rich. Free the weed and free the people. Pamela says, I live about an hour south of Darren. My friend was just diagnosed with stage 1 aggressive prostate cancer. I want to kick it in the ass now before it takes off.
Okay, I got something important to say right now. A lot of people get a hold of us and say, my friend, my mom, my this, my that. Your mom, you're this, you ain't going to be the one eating this shit. They are. So you can want anybody to get better. They have to want. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. Now, my mom's sick. Can you save my mom? Does your mom want to eat marijuana oil for 3 months and be high as balls to try to beat it? If not, you can't do it for her. So that's the big part about this. This is a serious commitment. It's 3 months of your life, starting very slowly, eating a little bit of this medicine, and then you get high from it and start getting used to it, and then you get into larger amounts and it starts killing the tumors in your body. But you can't call me up and say, hey, I want to save my sister. Have your sister call me and say, I want to save my life, and I'll move heaven and earth and pay whatever I got to pay out of my pocket to help it. But you can't make somebody do this. That's the bottom line. So it's nice to save people, but you need to talk to them and say, hey, I want to save my mom because I've talked to her and she wants to do this. That's how you say it. You get a hold of me and I spent 3 days educating you and nothing happens because your mom doesn't want to do it. I could have educated 10 other people and they could be saving their lives and you wasted my time. And I don't want to say it that way, but you can learn about this just by going on the internet and researching it. It's that simple. I mean, there's no lies about it. It's there. But if you want to get somebody better, they have to want to do it. You know,
absolutely.
That's a serious commitment. 3 months, about $3,000 of your own money can make your cancer get better. And if it's real bad cancer, you just don't stop doing this shit till it's gone, or you're eating it the rest of your life like I am. They tell me I have suspicious activity in my chest. Cancer, suspicion. I asked the doctor, do I have cancer? No, it's just suspicious. Then why the hell would I do anything about it? I've been eating this oil. I'm fucking healthy. I'm no evidence of disease. So don't tell me you want me to do chemo because I'm suspicious. Tell me I have cancer. I'll do something about it. But quit pushing that shit on me. That's what the doctors do. They get you better, and then they try to give you something else that's going to keep you there. I mean, I love doctors. I do what they say. But I'm not stupid either. I'm not doing chemotherapy unless I have fucking cancer. Because believe me, when you're dying, you can't trust this to save your life. It's not been studied, but it's killing tumors and people are doing it. So you do what your doctor says, and you eat the cannabis oil, and you pray to your God, and you say, accept me or don't. You know, do you want me to come home, or do I have more to do? It's that simple for me. You know, that's how I put it in perspective. That's how I do it.
It's a good way to look at it.
Yep, absolutely.
But you can't do this for somebody else. You have to do it. Now, somebody wants to get high. They ain't going to let you smoke a joint and then feel good. They have to smoke it. Same thing, cannabis oil. You have to eat this to get better. You can't want somebody to do it. They have to want to do it themselves.
Well, that goes with anything. That goes anything from drug addiction to alcohol addiction to, like you're saying, curing your own, curing cancer.
But a seed will plant the seed in somebody because it may always sprout and grow later.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And then they may later say, I do want to do this. I've researched it. I ain't got nothing to lose. Well, you got nothing to lose because it's never hurt nobody. And believe me, balls, if you eat too much of this grease, every time it'll feel like you're dying. It is. You get so high that you feel like you're going to die. And 2 hours later, you're fine. That's what everybody does with edibles. But it'll happen on this RS oil on steroids, dude. You eat too much, and you'll swear you'll never eat it again. But you will, because it kills tumors, and you have to. So be careful playing with your weed. It is a real drug, and it can really mess you up. It can. Not to where you can't drive your car or something, but mentally, it can really fuck your head for a few hours while you're eating it. You need to be high as hell. And have you all done it? Have you ever done it, Eric? You eat too many edibles? Have you ever done it, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, I just did it not too long ago.
It gets you scared.
2 weeks ago because they forgot they were coming on the show.
Most people don't realize about marijuana. You can smoke a little bit behind, but if you eat too much, you're in for a ride until it's over.
I had some infused barbecue sauce, and man.
It's funny you said that because Craig Wilkins just put that up on the screen. He said Eric forgets because he had too much infused honey barbecue sauce.
Anybody that seen me that day that was eating that barbecue sauce, they'd tell you I was eating way too much, and it came back and got me.
Could you taste it?
No, I couldn't taste it. It just tastes like regular barbecue sauce. Yeah. But we had an hour drive home. So that whole hour, it was just settling in. Home, I didn't even know where I was.
You got pulled over, you'd have been sober as balls to the police. That's how marijuana is.
I wasn't driving, though. Let me make that clear. I was not.
See, he's got a chauffeur. I need one of those. I do. It's called wife. Takes me where I want to go.
Well, she must be really busy because I didn't see anything flying from off the screen with that comment. Go ahead, Leo.
Tori says, I'm aspiring to be a comedian. I have had one successful set so far, and I got the most laughs of the night. I'm a huge believer in laughter being a key to how I have survived my crazy life. If we can't find humor in the dark times, life would really suck.
That's words of wisdom.
Well said.
Yeah.
Who was that?
And Eric, Craig just typed in. He said, "Don't worry, I got more."
No, I don't want none of that no more. I want the non-infused.
No more that shit.
I'll tell you, that was...
What steak that made you freak out, or what was it? What was on the barbecue sauce? What did you eat? Ribs?
Wings. Yeah, I just had it on some wings, and I was eating it like on carrots and broccoli and like the snack carrots and broccoli.
Okay, that's crazy. I wish I could have been there for that one.
I was just putting it on top of it, just eating it, and everybody was looking at me like, "Yo, you shouldn't be doing that." And I'm like, "Man, this is nothing. I'm all right." I'm like, "You see how I do that?" 1 hour later, I don't even know where I am. Eyes cross-eyed and everything. I woke up the next day, my mouth was dry. I was drinking the shower water.
That's called the cannabis shuffle, gentlemen. The cannabis shuffle.
Yeah, bro.
I can see him in the shower too, like.
Man, just mouth with lips was sticking together. Everything. It was bad. I was sauce though, man. I was
nice. New one.
Joshua.
Oh wow.
I was high when I had that done as a vampire. What the hell?
Nice. When'd you get that?
That was before I had cancer. I was in a motorcycle club. I'm pretty much, I'm sleeved up pretty good, but I'm almost finished with this arm. I got this, but I got the indica sativa. I've got the cannabis, and then I've got my doctor paid for this. Took it to Hawaii and got me a tattoo for beating cancer. My doctor. There it is. And it done in Hawaii. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
You said your doctor did that?
My doctor did that. Yeah. When I was dying, one of our doctors, was a friend of ours, let us come to their house, and they have a big $1 million place with 500 acres. They were going to let me die at their house. So every week, me and my wife went there, and we laid around for me to die and took medicine, and I never died. And then when I got trip to Hawaii.
He's like open with talking about cannabis?
Oh, yeah. But this doctor wasn't the one treating me as a family friend. It was just a doctor, a friend of ours. But it was still a real doctor. Her name's Karen Duberstein, and she lives in Hillsboro, Missouri, and she works for the prison system. She's real smart people. And they have a big farm. And they invited us into their lives as friends to come and sit around by the lake house with the water running and lay there and fucking die with my cancer. And we did. But after 6 months of laying around them, I beat it. And then they took us to Hawaii, we were blessed. And I still thank them for that. Thank you, Karen and Raul, friends of ours. Good friends.
I want to go sit around by the lake.
You smoke a little cannabis, eat a little oil, and just, pet the goats and whatever animals are there and just die peacefully. And
I don't want to die.
Never felt that way. It never felt that way to me after the first couple weeks of eating this medicine. I was getting better, dude. Yeah. It was
awesome. Joshua says, that's awesome sauce, LOL. And Heather says, you're welcome to try my ice cream, Eric.
Ooh.
Ice cream could be dangerous.
Confused?
Right?
Oh, man.
It's like me with the brownie and Michelle with her cookie.
Thanks for co-hosting, Eric. You got a lot more people coming to our podcast because you're here. Thank you for co-hosting. Appreciate it.
Nah, it's not me.
Well, speaking,
you're a little more famous than you think. You're a humble guy, but everybody I know who knows who the fuck you are, and you don't know them, so that makes that's something.
Thank you, I appreciate
Leo.
it.
We're proud of you, brother. We're proud of what you're doing for us too. Stand up in this industry. We're proud of you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, we really are. I mean, you got to have people like you that have been there that people will look at him, and he's the real deal. Look at him. He ain't some Joe Schmo from Granite City. You're a fucking NFL fucking ring-wearing fucking Super Bowl star, man. People need to hear from you that cannabis is okay. I mean, really. It's just that simple.
Leo, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, speaking of Eric, he has an event coming up soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, let's push that.
He's actually got two events.
Let me get my notes out. I got to read my notes.
Just look past him to the TV screen behind him.
It's Hunter's Heart this Sunday at the, I gotta look for the Lolly's Cafe. Lolly's Cafe is what it's called. It's in New Bedford, and I'll be there signing autographs for $10, and it's going towards helping him because he has to pay for another heart.
Yeah, this little boy's had 13 different types of cardiac surgeries. The Andrades reached out to me this morning and informed me about it.
I get to meet and hang out with him tomorrow. I'm excited to do this event. It's good. It's real humbling for me, because you get to meet somebody just so young and going through so much. He shouldn't be going through it, but if I can make his day better, that'd be good.
And the kids do better than we do, but with the illness, they do. They're tougher than we are, man. I've seen it. We're big babies and grown men. I'll fucking die. And the kids are so tough, man. Bless his heart, man. Really, I hope this is good for him.
Yeah. So I have I posted it on my Instagram. My handle should pop up. I posted on my Instagram though. The GoFundMe is in my link.
It'll also be up on the Still Toking Comics page.
Yeah, if you guys
at some point, either tonight or tomorrow morning. I just got to grab the link. I told Avriel she could push that over there, but I don't think she.
Is that a GoFundMe? Eric? Is that what it is too?
Yes.
Let me push that for you because I got a few friends who will donate this. So let me make sure I get a hold of that and push that for you.
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
And if you if you check the show notes down below or up above, you'll find the information on how to reach out to Eric, and he has his postings there. So you can go to his Facebook for the links, and also Instagram as well. And the information is just down below, just a click away. and definitely help support an awesome cause.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate this.
Yep. And then you're going to be in Sangerville.
No brainer, brother. No brainer on that
He'll
one.
be so happy, man. He's gonna be so excited. So.
Yep. Then you're off to Sangerville, right? You're doing a thing for the kids up there too.
In Maine, yes. Yes, in Maine, yes. I'll be doing an Easter egg April 14th.
April 11th.
April 11th. I'm getting the dates.
If that wasn't an adult trade, huh? We can put meat inside of little plastic eggs and go looking for them. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
We're gonna do the adult Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, no, it's for children. No. Maybe we'll have. Maybe we can plan one next year.
No, we're gonna.
April says Hunter has had 13 cardiac cath, and this will be his 4th open heart surgery.
That's what it was. Yeah. I knew it was. I mean, for such a young kid to go through so many surgeries, it's just, and Eric, you're a true hero.
Yeah,
doing
man.
what you're doing for that cause. I mean, that's a great cause right there.
Yeah, it was
Shout out.
for me. Man.
Shout out to his parents too. You can imagine what they're going through, man. We have children. We know it's insane. So we'll pray.
Yeah.
We'll pray for you guys. We really will.
Yeah. So.
Well, we are coming up on a time.
Yeah.
We gotta
wrap
this
it up.
Sorry.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
I want to remind everybody, check the show notes down below or up above. You find a bunch of links there. And also, if you're just tuning in, rewind and you'll see an awesome story by Darren. And he also does an awesome description of how this is working for him. So urge you to definitely check that out. Darren,
Coronavirus mask.
The coronavirus mask.
I do want to throw in at this point. Our next show is March 11th.
Yep.
Correct. March 11th.
Yes, it is March 11th.
We're doing the Ladies of Cannabis Part 1.
That's right.
Great guests coming on. It's going to be a lot of fun, so you don't want to miss that one.
Any teasers or who the guests are?
No, we're not gonna. I'm not gonna say that. You're gonna.
Actually, you know what? We can say it because the event has already come out on the Facebook page, so the 3 guests have already been announced.
You've already released it. All right.
Let's hear it.
So who is it?
Let's hear it.
We got Jen Borgensen from the Harvest Cup coming on.
Yep.
Okay.
We've got Kelly Roy from Kelly's Holistic Healings.
Okay. Redheaded Kelly.
And we have Janet McAllister.
There you go.
Janet McAllister from Hippie Chick. Yeah, she's the one that coordinated the Easter egg hunt that Eric will be at.
Yep.
So these 3 ladies were the first 3 that reached out to be on the show. Like Jeff said, this is part 1. So if you are a lady in cannabis and would like to be on the show, please reach out to us. We're compiling lists now.
Yep, there will be part 2 and a part 3.
Yep. This is going to be an ongoing type series. But all 3 of these women are doing great things in their community. So, yeah, that's definitely a show you're not going to want to miss. And I already see Eric's eyebrows raising, which means he probably wants to be a co-host for that show as well.
Women
So,
go ahead, Leo.
No, I was going to say, they have a Women in Horror Month. Maybe you should have a Ladies of Cannabis Month.
Well, that's kind of what we're going with, but where the show's only twice a month, we'd have to do a show on women's cannabis every month. And you behind the scenes already know the list of people that that are already, I mean, we're already talking about scheduling shows on a Saturday or a Sunday just as a special, just so we can get people on.
Yeah.
And we don't want to push too much. I mean, every 2 weeks, we want this show is a good show, and we see a lot of people watching. We thank you for that.
We don't want to shove it in your face.
Well, maybe. But yeah,
definitely.
But Leo has a lot of work with all these shows that he's producing, and we could go every week, but we're just not going to do it.
No, I have a lot of fun on this show.
We enjoy having you.
Good time, guys. Good time.
All right, so go ahead, Leo. Wrap this up.
Yeah. So.
Say, Rayo, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, totally.
My trademark. Don't hesitate to medicate. That's how I roll.
Nice.
Tori says, this has been informative and fun. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for watching.
Totally. And Heather says, hit me up, fellas. Give me some deets. And says, thank you guys. All good thoughts and positive vibes. And Darren, where do you like people following you?
From behind.
I don't know if you heard. Did you hear him, Darren?
I had somebody pop something on my page and it said they were social media, but I didn't hear a thing. It blocked it out.
No worries. No, just asking, where do you like people following you on social media?
Oh, on my Facebook page, Darren Steven Miller. I found out if we go to the Instagrams and the other things, you can't use the messenger to educate people, privately on how to get this done, because everybody don't have the same access. And sometimes you got to tell people how to bend the rules a little bit to save their life. And that's what we say, life versus law. Everybody has access in these legal states, and they still can't get it. It's too expensive, or it just ain't doable. So Darren Steven Miller at Facebook, or Amy Miller at Facebook. And my phone number, I'm going to put it out, is 618-973-1233. We get a lot of calls. We screen them, and we're just there. And sometimes we're up for hours in the night checking hundreds of messages.
Now I know why he doesn't answer when I call. He screens them.
You have to screen your calls. I just put my number out, and you get the crazy goes with that. It happens. But
yeah, like me.
That's all part of it. So call me on the phone and say, hey, I want to save my life. It's kind of hard for me to save someone else's life unless they want to do it. I already told you that. You could educate people, but you can't make them do this. So if you need help from us, get the patient involved and then get a hold of us. And I'm not convincing nobody nothing. I'm not in the convincing business. I'm in the helping business. I ain't convincing nobody nothing. I've already done all that. I don't enough to convince. It's real. It is what it is. No guarantee, but it's real. It's medicine.
Awesome. Eric, where do you like people following you?
I like Instagram. I'm more on Instagram. So yeah, my Instagram handle is Martin Jr. __, which is my last name. Two underscores because clearly somebody has the first underscore and clearly somebody has.
I'll sell it to you really cheap.
So two underscores. So and my Facebook, I don't even know how to. I guess is my name.
It's under Eric Martin.
Yeah. There's a trillion Eric Martins and.
Yeah, just look for the one wearing shorts, standing on the beach with no shirt. That's him.
Yeah. A piece of chocolate in the sun.
Right?
You're gonna melt.
Nah, chocolate don't melt.
Now you told me you played football in 200-degree weather in Nevada, wasn't it, or whatever it was? Crazy, hotter than shit.
Really?
Jeff.
I like to be followed on Facebook. Ben's the Instagram dude, so follow us there too. And then between the both of us, everybody gets it up.
Everybody gets it up?
No. Hit up.
Oh, gets hit up. I thought you said everybody gets it up by following us. And I was like, wait a minute, dude.
That's what I heard that too.
Zombies don't get Viagra, Jeff. Oh.
What?
So
I have a machine.
Leo.
Yes, sir.
You're up.
Yeah. For me, just Google Leo Pond. You'll find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not, but more importantly, head on over to thedorkening.com, which you can find all the information on all the shows on our network, including this one. And more importantly, check the show notes down below or up above, depending on where you're watching or listening to us, for more information on our awesome guests here. Benjamin, sign us out.
So, like I always say to our veterans and first responders, thank you for doing what you do every day so people like us can do what we do every day. We love you all. We'll see you soon.
Peace out.
Thanks for hosting, Eric.
No problem.
See you, brother.
Your book of lies will buy you a mild acceptance. My free mind will keep me from under your spell. And when we die, you'll be another angel in heaven, but me, I'll be a fucking legend in heaven.